Oh, Nike teched up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why is my Siri a guy? What's on YouTube? Back to another video. If your day's not going good, I hope tomorrow is better. And subscribe, click that subscribe button and notification bell or to subscribe. Thank you for your loyalty. We back with another video. And you know what's crazy? I almost forgot to film this. I promise you, I almost forgot that I needed to do this video because you already know basketball season ended and it just completely slipped my mind, but it came back to me and I'm like, I gotta get this done now. In this video, I'll be showing y'all how I edited these photos. I had a couple people ask me when I posted them over on Instagram, the comment section of the, the POV video of it. Like I had people asking me how did I do this? So I'm like, it's honestly, I promise you it's not that hard. It's not that it's easy. It's really just based on your creativity and just, I promise you, y'all will see. Other than that, I ain't really got too much. Y'all already know the usual. Thank y'all for everything. I appreciate y'all and I love y'all so much. Let's go ahead and get right to it. Okay, so things are gonna look a little bit different because I can use this monitor, but this is my editing monitor where it's 4K, color science and all that stuff. So I will be looking over here to do this. Anyways, here we are over on Photoshop because if y'all didn't know, these photos were, that editing style, obviously, if you didn't already know, it was done on Photoshop. I can't really do that editing style in Lightroom. So here we are over here on Photoshop. Now, these photos are already edited. This is just my tunnel vision single color preset. It's really simple. I didn't really do anything else to it. It's literally just the tunnel vision single color preset. So these first three are ones that I've already done and already posted. So I'm just gonna show you guys how I did that. So firstly, you wanna make sure you keep your background layer and just keep it as a white background layer. And then you're gonna go ahead and duplicate the first layer, your main photo 3 times, right? So, and then you're gonna do that, hide that top layer, and then you're gonna work on this layer in between, so the second layer. With that, it's gonna be pretty simple. You're gonna go over here to filters, you're gonna go to blur, you're gonna go to motion blur. Now, this is where you just have to get creative and it's based off of your own photo. The amount of motion blur you put on is just based on the photo. So like when I do this, it's not gonna look the same as the one that I already posted, because I promise you it's very situational in terms of the pixel amount you use and stuff like that. So let's just say for right now, if it's too much, right? So if it's too little, I'll say, the face distortion, right? You don't get that motion blur of the faces. So I kind of like the distance that the little, like a blurred out motion blur version of like the face. So it's like 3 of them, right? So if I go all the way here, you're gonna be able to see like in front right here, there's gonna be an extra face, right? So I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by that. So I'll put it at 400 solid, right? And then with that, you're gonna go right down here and you're gonna create a layer mask. Now you're gonna make sure that layer mask is highlighted. You're gonna make sure that on your colors you have black highlighted as your primary color. Then with that, you're gonna go to your brush. Now the brush tool, you're gonna make your flow at about 50% and your opacity at 100. You can play around with that as well. That you don't have to copy those, but that's just kind of how I do it, right? And you're gonna go ahead throughout the left side of the photo or just preferably the middle of his face, right? So for me, like I said, I want like there to be a shadowed version of his face in front of him, right? So you see that that's that, that I have that effect. But if I went and erased that, I don't want that, you know what I'm saying? So I go in between, which is directly on his face. Same thing with his hand, his body and stuff like that, all that, right? And then I just go all the way down his leg, for the most part like that, part of his shoe, boom, right? Now with the second layer, you're gonna do pretty much the same thing. You're gonna go ahead and put that layer on. You're gonna go to, same thing, motion blur. Now this is pretty much just for the background if you want the background to be a lot more blurry, right? So if you're cool with the background just being blurred like this, keep it like that. But if you want to add a little extra, you're gonna do another motion blur layer, motion blur. And let's just say, for this one, you wanna put it a little higher, right? Let's just play around with that, 700, right? And then you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna do layer mask, right down the middle. Boom, boom. Get the hand, boom, right? So that makes it an even more dramatic effect on the face. It brings out even more, right? And then on this bottom layer right here, you're gonna do layer mask as well. And you're going to go ahead and just do the back end of him, right? So let's just say both of these are erased. You're gonna go ahead and go around if your subject is facing the left side of the screen, you're gonna highlight the face, right? So pretty much the the bottom layer is gonna be behind the person, right? So boom, boom. And I mean, bro, honestly, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and do that to a couple of the photos just so you can see the differences in how things can look. So with this one, it's gonna look pretty much the same, but watch how quickly I can just do this. Control J, boom. Go ahead and do the motion blur, motion blur, with this one, we'll go ahead and put it right there. We'll put this one at 400 as well. We might as well just go ahead and follow that. It's nothing too different about this photo. You're gonna go to mask, brush tool, selecting his face. His face and the whole left side of him, his hand and stuff like that. And we're gonna rock out like that, right? I want the North Tech to be shown and the part of his number right there. Get his hair a little bit, boom, okay. So then we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna make this layer visible. We're gonna go ahead and go to motion blur. And we're just gonna make it, you gotta do double, but higher, right? So I kind of did double, but you don't have to. I just made it higher for the sake of just honestly just playing around and experimenting, because that's kind of like what you need to do, right? You can do the same thing, go around his face, go around the same parts that you went around the first time. Make sure the stuff that you want in frame is what you're going around. The stuff that you want to actually be visible is what you're gonna go around. And then this bottom layer, you go behind it. Right, okay. And that's pretty much that, right? So I don't really like that one as much as I like this one. But that's why I said every photo is gonna be different based off of how you do it, right? So you just play around and see which photos it works with. So now we're gonna do one where it's kind of like an action photo, so someone dribbling, right? So Control J, hide this layer. Now with this one, like I said, until you get like a duplication of them. So I'm gonna go, which around that 400 is where it's looking like it is. Layer mask. He's gonna highlight him. I kind of want the ball as well. And I want his foot. Now the whole other side of his body, that can stay blurred. I like that you can see part of the jersey. The 2 looks duplicated. I like that. Okay. And then we're going to go back to this top layer, which honestly, like I said, it's just really if you just want to go ahead and, you know, increase things a little bit. It's honestly not a necessity. So we'll go ahead and put that one there. Layer mask. Boom. Boom. Get the ball again. Boom. Boom. Hold on, hold on, right there. And then this bottom layer, just to put a little highlights behind him. Hold on now. And boom, there we go. We got that one, right? So, you see what I'm saying? And, you know, it's really just based off of how you want things to look, how you want things to go. And that's pretty much that. Like it's very, 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 very simple. And it's something you just play around with. You get really creative with. You can do a whole lot more stuff with this, with the whole blur thing. You could use the different type of blurs with the layer mask, or, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to just do it this way or follow these exact instructions, but that's how it's supposed to be. You kind of get an idea based off of somebody's tutorial video, and you just kind of build off it. So I'm gonna try this with a couple more photos that I haven't used them on before, just to kind of see what effect it gives. So this is another stationary shot. I feel like it's gonna look the same as kind of like the first one, but I still kind of just want to see. We're gonna go ahead and do around that 473, mask, brush. Now with this, only thing I'm literally doing is his face, but it's a different shot though, which is beautiful. The beautiful thing about this, because he's in a crowd, so it kind of motion blurs the faces around him and kind of highlights him. And I think I'm gonna do his entire body, so like the whole jersey too. I really like this. This is cool. This is dope. Like I said, I like the fact that there's someone completely directly behind him to pretty much to the right of him, but their face isn't in frame. You know what I'm saying? Like it's blurred out in a pretty dope way. I still want part of his face kind of like blurred out, so it's kind of like, you know, dragging. I still like that. That's a real dope feel. Now I'm not gonna do the second one. I'm still just gonna do this this back layer right here. But I'm not gonna do the second one. That's dope. Now, this one is gonna be interesting because all of these look really dope, specifically because it's the tunnel vision single color, I think, right? So now we're gonna go ahead and try to do one without, you know, the whole tunnel vision vibe. So we'll see what that looks like. I really don't think it's gonna look as good. I really don't, but we'll see. Motion blur. Ooh, hold on, hold on, we might be onto something. We really might be onto something. Let me see. I'm not really sure like how much of his body I would like to do. Let me see. Let me just do like Let me just see what that looks like with just doing that half of his body without like the whole other half. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious. Let me see if I added this one as well. Okay. Just kind of playing around with it at this point. All right, and then we're just gonna go ahead and add this layer to the left side of it. It's not bad. I feel like I put too much blur. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this with, let's see how it looks without this. No, I like it with that. Like that's nice. That's way nicer with the second layer of blur. But the background is like, I feel like it's too blurred. I don't know. Like I would have to play around a lot more with that. But let's go ahead and try this one just for the sake of time. We're gonna keep it going. I'm gonna do it the first time, and whatever it comes out with is whatever it comes out with. Let's just throw motion blur over it right now. Let's go ahead and do that. Do I want the defender in it? I don't know. I'm trying to see where the rest of his body is right there. I think I really just want the left side of his body, or the right side of his body. But do I want the defender in it? I kind of do. I kind of want to throw the defender in there. So let's see. I'm gonna throw the defender in there. Do I throw the ball? I'm gonna blur out the ball a little bit just to, I mean, obviously the ball's moving, but I mean, I'm gonna reduce the blur of the ball a little bit. Let me see. Okay, and then we'll do this one as well. Add motion blur and do the same thing. Like I want to bring this image in more. So like kind of like something I'd have to play around with as well. Like that's the one thing this was my first time ever using this little editing effect, and I got it down when it came to stationary photos. Like this is beautiful. Moving shots, it's gonna take some work because I'm not too much of a crazy fan of these, but also like I said it because it doesn't have that tunnel vision. So like we'll test that theory with this one right here. I didn't do this one, but this is also pretty stationary. It's nothing crazy. Like he's not moving really anywhere. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the same way. Like it's gonna look good. I think about that much of his body being in frame is perfect. Maybe more of his head. We'll do this one again too, but we'll put more blur. Motion blur, we'll do like 7. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll go ahead and do you. Okay. So this part in between, I don't like. I gotta get rid of that. So we're gonna swap that. Allow that to be blurred. Spot in between him either I don't really like. And I kind of want this arm in it more. Yeah. I want this full arm in it. The rest of it is cool, and I want more of the shoe. The rest of it is cool. I'm probably gonna, I didn't do anything this in depth in all the other ones, but it's okay. I feel like this one I just wanted to really, really tidy in on things. Okay, I think I'm cool with that. I like this one. This one's dope. This one I'm just not sure. I don't know. Without the black and white, like I feel like this would look so much better with the single color preset. But yeah, I love the rest of these. This was dope. This was dope. Like I said, with him being in a crowd, the other people's faces are blurred out, like but in a motion blurred type of way. Beautiful. Literally, that's it. And I hope to see. I already started to see a couple people like using this, and I'm not at all claiming this is mine. A lot of people do motion blur in their photos. It was just something I tried. People asked. Here I am. Once again, I appreciate y'all so much for everything. If you would love for your photos to kind of come out with this with a single color preset, check out the preset link in the description down below. Thank y'all for everything. Thank y'all so much for 4.5K. We're probably at more than that by now when I post this, but thank y'all regardless. Hopefully we at 5K when I post this. We'll see though. Thank y'all so much for everything. Don't forget to lifestyle to the channel. Don't check out the merch link in the description down below. Check out the preset link in the description down below. And don't forget to check out the broadcast link in the description down below if you want any updates on when I'm doing videos. We be chatting it up in there. I be sending y'all work in there and stuff like that, and updating y'all on when I'm recording videos and doing new videos and stuff like that. Y'all get all the tea early. Other than that, thank y'all so much for everything. Don't forget to lifestyle to the channel. Stay creative. See you in the next one. Peace. Hey! That's too easy.